Hello everyone, good afternoon. Myself Himanshu, Geography faculty, and I hope you all are preparing well for the examination. And we are also prepared for you. Okay, so let you know about it that we are also prepared with our application, with our content. Okay, so we are also prepared for you. So our daily practice papers, our handouts, our previous revision papers, everything is available on our free application. Okay, IFAS online. Just search on Android, Apple Play Store, Windows. Okay, or you can just call on this number also for knowing more the details. And we have already launched our subjects courses. Let me थोड़ा सा मैं पीछे हो जाता हूँ. Paper 1 English, Computer Science, Economics, Geography, Commerce and Management. All right, so these batches have already started, so don't miss out. Okay, we are going to the June attempt, right? So it's very less time, so just join, enroll yourself today on the application, register yourself. And a very good news is coming that we are holding a scholarship test also, all India scholarship tests. So more details will be revealed soon. All right, so stay tuned on the IFS. So today I'm going to tell something about the course planning we have done for the geography, our subject geography. Okay, so I prepared 3 months crash course for the geography subject. Okay, and in this session I'm going to go through that how we are going to approach the UGC NET geography paper. Okay, so let me start with the basic pattern, exam pattern, that UGC NET exam is a 3-hour long computer based test consisting of 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 consists of 50 objective type questions. Okay, it will carry 100 marks, and paper 2 will consist of 100 objective type question. It will contain 200 marks. Both papers are mandatory and there is no negative marking for incorrect answers. These पेपर ये 3-hour long पेपर होगा, ठीक है, 300 marks का होगा और no negative marking. So अभी तक तो कोई negative marking नहीं है, but UGC is planning to introduce negative planning in the UGC NET examinations. So this is very good chance because अभी तो नहीं होगा. In June they are not going to apply this, but maybe in a later stage of the in December or maybe next June it can happen. So if this happens, if the negative marking scheme comes in UGC NET examination, then it's going to be very hard examination. So you have a chance before the negative marking introduced in the UGC NET examination. Okay, so crack it before that happens, and because that at later stage it's going to be very tough. Okay, so let's start. So our what we are going to do, that in first month of our geography session we are going to have some look about physical, human geography, regional geography, cartography, GIS and remote sensing. Okay, so these are the topics we are going to cover thoroughly, comprehensively in month 1. Okay, this and I've distributed the syllabus in a weekly basis, week 1, week 2 and week 3, week 4. Okay, so I've divided the syllabus in the weeks part so that you can have a a slight idea about how we are going to proceed. I've already started it. Today I've covered physical geography, some aspects of like continental drift theory and all I've covered in the, because our batches are already started. Today we covered this our batches, so you're not late yet. We have just started. Begin with the, just go download the application and then you will know that what's going on. You are missing out on too much. Okay, So in week 1, I'm going to cover Earth and its interior, plate tectonics, landforms, weather and climate, and the concepts of GIS and its application in different fields. All right. In week 2, we are going to cover rocks, weathering, landforms, human geography. Okay, landforms like how the mountains, rivers, glaciers, how these were formed. So we will be knowing the landforms. Okay, and in human geography, we will be covering cultural, economic, and political aspects of the human geography. Okay. Then in third week, we are going for two topics: cultural geography and regional geography. Okay. So there is a lot of diffusion of culture across the world, so we are going to read about it in deep. Impact of globalization, very hot topic right now. And role of language in shaping cultural identity, it's a very important topic. This is also because role of language in shaping cultural identity, the how language is playing important role for shaping out or cultural identities, how they are amalgamating. So this is the topics we are going to. This is that's a overview, you can say. We will go in the deep also. Regional geography, different states and their union territories, their physical, economic, cultural, and social aspect. All the aspects, physical, economic, cultural, and social aspects we are going to read. And then we will study about the strategies which is adopted by government in the area of regional planning. Okay. And in the week 4, we are going to have the concept of remote sensing and its application. Okay, different type of remote sensing data, the different sensors used, the various applications of remote sensing in fields like agriculture, urban planning, disaster management, and environmental monitoring. So these are the topics we are going to cover in month 1 and week 4. And then comes the geographical thoughts. Okay. In geographical thoughts, we are going to study about the contribution of different geographers like Kant, Humboldt, Ritter, and their different school of thoughts. We are going to study about them, about the environmental determinism concept, possibilism, and cultural ecology, because the questions directly comes from these concepts. Okay. They can ask about the books written by these geographers. Okay, and they can ask about that when the books were written, what was the name of book, and what were the school of thought they were in. So these are the questions which are directly coming from this section for the past many years in the UGC NET Geography examination. Okay, that winds up our month 1. In month 2, what we are going to do, we are going to dive deeper into different topics covered in first month. Okay, more focus on application and analysis. The following topics will be covered. I make a slight view about that how we are going to proceed. So different economic systems and their impact on different regions of the world. Okay, and including the different stages of economic development, the types of resources, and the role of trade in the economic development. So this will cover an economic we can say economical geography. Okay, and then comes the political geography. So because economy and polity are very interrelated to each other, because geopolitics you have heard about, so it leads to the conflicts also. Russia, Ukraine, you very well know about that, how it is impacting the economy of the world and geography of the world. Okay, so these are interrelated topics, so we will be covering them together, side by side. And in political geography, we will read about different forms of government, various type of boundaries, very important. Boundaries से को लेके ही disputes होते हैं countries के बीच में, and the role of international organizations like UN in the resolution of conflicts. It's very hot topic because of the Russia-Ukraine war, that how UN is playing its role in dissolving the war. What the efforts are done by UN for the peace talks. And we will talk about SAARC, the various regional cooperation organizations. SAARC hai, BIMSTEC, ASEAN and all, SCO. तो ये सब we will read about it in the details because question come very G20 and all these are very contemporary topics which are coming in the examination, and direct current affairs is very important. So this you will find everything about G20. It's going to happen in India, so it's very important because definitely one question will come from this topic. Then in week 2 of month 2nd, we are going to cover different type of ecosystems, their characteristics and the various threats to their survival. Okay. Then we will move on to sustainable development and the various strategies adopted by different countries to achieve it. Then comes the industrial geography. Industrial geography, we will be studying about the different types of industries, their location factors, and the role of transportation in industrial development. Because transportation, without the transportation, industries can't develop at all. Because you have seen in the corona, the movement was restricted of vehicles, so everything was restricted. It was automatically restricted because there was no movement of goods and services, so industries were also shut down. Okay, so it is a very important role. The transportation plays a very important role in industrial development. All right. Then comes the migration, the different type of migration, their causes, their impact on different regions of the world. Okay, that's a very urbanization is a direct link with this migration. How urbanization is impacting our society, how they are crowding our cities, smart cities, metro cities. तो ये स्मार्ट सिटी वाले कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, ये इसमें आएंगे. स्मार्ट सिटीज एंड मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज है, एंड हाउ urbanization is impacting the metropolitan infrastructure, health services, education services. So these are very interlinked topics and we are going to cover it. Okay, the different type of urban settlements, their characteristics, various challenges associated with urbanization. Okay, this is related to urban settlement. And then comes the settlement geography. So we will be reading about rural settlement, their characteristics, and the various challenges associated with rural development. Okay, agriculture is in distress, as you all know. Agriculture sector is in distress. It's always have been, ना. एग्रीकल्चर कम हो रहा है, रूरल जो विलेज एरियाज है, और जो माइग्रेशन हो रहा है रूरल टू अर्बन हो रहा है, उसकी वजह से भी जो रूरल डेवलपमेंट है, रूरल सेटलमेंट्स वो अनस्टेबल हो रहे हैं, है ना. तो उसके बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे कि कैसे हो रहा है, वाई अर्बनाइजेशन अच्छा है कि बुरा है. वी विल रीड इन डीप डिटेल्स अबाउट इट. ओके, देन कम्स द फोर्थ वीक. वी विल स्टडी अबाउट various population pyramids, their characteristics, their implications for society and the economy. Okay, then comes the types of transport modes, their characteristics, their impact on different regions of the world. Transportation mode, roads, railways, है ना. adopting different type of regional planning strategies, their strengths and their weaknesses. Okay, we will cover both the things, how strengths and weaknesses. ठीक है. Then comes the different types of spatial data, their characteristics, the various application ड्रॉट्स आते रहते हैं. ठीक है. अब जैसे हीट इन्वायरमेंटल मैनेजमेंट में क्या आ जाएगा, हीट वेव्स. as you can feel yourself also that whole India is suffering through the heat wave problem. So how this happens, why this happens? Okay, so we will read about it properly, and then we will read about the natural hazards like earthquakes, tsunamis, cyclones, their characteristics, the various strategies adopted by different countries to manage them. That's a very important topic we will be covering, that how different countries are having different approaches toward these natural handling of these natural hazards. Okay, so this will be the week 1 of the 3rd month, and in week 2 we will talk about types of social groups, and then we will go through the types of trade agreements, various trade agreements, the FTAs and all, the free trade agreements with bilateral agreements, bilateral, trilateral, मल्टीलेटरल. तो ये सब जो एग्रीमेंट्स होते हैं, वी विल बी गोइंग थ्रू ऑल ऑफ देम विच आर वेरी कंटेम्प्रेरी. आई थिंक थोड़ा साइड होता हूँ मैं, इसमें दिख जाएगा, आपको नहीं दिख रहा होगा तो थोड़ी स्लाइड ऐसी है. ओके, सो जो फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट्स हैं, बाईलेटरल जो एग्रीमेंट्स होते हैं, ट्राईलेटरल होते हैं, मल्टीलेटरल होते हैं, या एट द जो वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन WTO के लेवल पे होते हैं. ठीक है, IMF का भी इसमें आएगा. तो ये सब अपन पढ़ेंगे आगे. ठीक है. वीक 3 वी विल बी कवरिंग डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ रिलीजन्स, देयर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, देयर इम्पैक्ट ऑन सोसाइटी एंड कल्चर. ठीक है, हाउ डिफरेंट रिलीजन्स आर इम्पैक्टिंग द सोसाइटी एंड कल्चर ऑफ द सर्टेन एरिया. ठीक है. देन वी विल गो थ्रू द हेल्थ इंडिकेटर्स, एंड देन in economic geography we will be covering regional disparities, their causes, the various strategies adopted by different countries to address them. Okay, the candidate can also learn about different
Hello, good afternoon, students. Very good afternoon to you from IFAS and me. I think my voice is clear right now. And I think that there's no disturbance in my voice quality that's reaching you.
sorry for interruption, just wait a second.
Information here, paper 1 and your respective subject. ठीक है, आपको यहाँ पे सब कुछ मिल जाएगा. Yes, so let's see. The IFAS app is available on Android, ISO, Windows, and practice questions will be provided to you teacher handouts, PYQ, scholarship tests, everything will be there, and you will be able to test yourself if you are prepared for the exam or not. So all these things will help you in the coming examination. So you should definitely head out and download the app. So the topic for today is waiting for Godot, or the absurdist theater. Uh, Yesterday, I told you the difference between the absurdist theater and the not the absurdist theater. I told you the difference between absurdism and the absurdist theater. I told you about the myth of Sisyphus. I will quickly revise the myth of Sisyphus and absurdism for you so that you can follow this lecture as well. What I said in the previous lecture,
regional geography, cartography, GIS, and remote sensing. Okay, and we will cover practice practice mock test and previous year question papers. Okay, so this will be our strategy for the upcoming geography examination. We are going to cover we have made a study plan, so we are going to cover this in our batches. So enroll yourself today if you are interested, if you are attempting for